Yo guys, what's going on? It's the great one, aka Mad Diesel here, bringing you guys hopefully my last Call of Duty Ghost video. So I'm going to give you a rundown on the whole year of Call of Duty Ghost, give you my negatives and my positives, and my final review of the game. So sit back and relax, because you're now rocking with the best. Yo people, what's good? It's the great one, aka the Jabroni Beater, aka Mad Diesel, bringing you guys my final review for Call of Duty Ghost. So we are about 12 days away from Advanced Warfare, so I thought this would be the perfect time to just run down with Call of Duty Ghost and let you guys know what I felt about the game, the negatives and the positives, and just to give it a one last goodbye right before we jump into the Advanced Warfare era. So I made a little list of all the positives and the negatives of Call of Duty Ghost. I'm going to quickly go through them, but if you guys can tell by my voice, I am still sick, so please bear with me. This commentary might sound a little bit weird, but I'm going to try to make it the best quality that I can. So yeah, I'm going to quickly run down the list. So I'm going to start off with the positives because I don't want to start the video off negative. So one positive I have listed that there was no tac inserts in the game. So tac inserts have been really annoying, especially when they're paired with snipers, and you guys know how Black Ops 2 is, man. Tac inserting snipers, that stuff is really annoying, but tac inserts wouldn't be a bad idea in Call of Duty Ghost considering the maps are so big. But I did like the fact that they didn't include them in the game, so I do applaud them for that. Another thing I really enjoyed was the fact that they brought back Specialist. As you guys know, MW3 was not one of my favorite games, but two things I really enjoyed about the game was the Moab and the Specialist strike package. So I really did enjoy Specialist in Ghost, even though it wasn't as good as it was in MW3, but it was still fun to use nonetheless. And another thing I really enjoyed was the Chem Strike, and a lot of people like this and a lot of people hate this. It promotes camping, but it also gives you something to go for in your gameplays, and Chem Strikes were pretty fun to get in the beginning, but afterwards they got pretty annoying and they get really frustrating when you die really close to one. But it kept the game interesting, so that's one of the good things of the game. Another thing I enjoyed was that there was a variety of guns to use. You could do well with any gun that you wanted, but there was still a select few guns, like a hand selected few that were really OP, such as the Honey Badger, the MTAR, the Vector, and the M27 LMG. Those guns were probably the most overused ones. They weren't that OP, actually some of them were OP, but those are the guns that you see in the most. But you can run around with the AK-12, the Remington, the K7, those other guns, and you could do just as well. They were a little bit more difficult to use, but the time to kill was so fast, so it didn't really make a difference what gun you used. So the next and the last good thing I have listed was that the DLC maps were really good. Even though the shipped maps were bad, I feel like the DLC for this game was pretty good. I really liked the fact that they included, you know, those characters in it like Michael Myers as well as Predator. That was really cool, and I really liked that. And I feel like if the game shipped with the DLC maps, it would have been a lot better because those maps were smaller, they were fast paced, and it just sucked that they released them so late. But yeah, so now I'm going to jump into the bad stuff about the game, and I have a lot, so I'm going to go through this really quickly. So the streaks in this game really sucked. The assault streaks lacked. There wasn't really, you know, one of those streaks that was just OP or really fun to use. So it was pretty mediocre streaks. And another thing was support streaks. They were not needed in the game, man. Support, I can't stress this enough. I hate that stuff in the game. I don't like when people get rewarded for being bad players, and they shouldn't get kill streaks. So support streaks are pretty stupid. So one of the major problems in this game was the maps. The maps sucked. They were huge, and the map layout was just so bad. I mean, Siege would probably have to be the worst map in history, as well as Chasm. Stonehaven was bearable because, you know, it was wide open, but those other maps were horrible, and that really made the game boring to watch and boring to play. But no one would ever vote for those big maps. So the next thing I have is campers with LMGs and thermal snipers. The LMGs in this game were so good, same with the snipers, and thermal just made them so much worse. And I don't blame the people because the maps are laid out in such a way that it promotes you to camp, and rushers are really, you know, hindered because they don't have the ability to move around freely because it's just, you'll get picked off by campers left and right. So that's another negative thing. Another negative thing I have listed is Specialist was highly nerfed in this game. Even though it was fun to use, I feel like the MW3 Specialist was fun, and, you know, I like the fact that you got all the perks. Even though if you got all the perks in Ghost, that would be really OP, but I feel like they should have, you know, upped the value of the points that you can use on the perks, so it would allow you to use more. But nonetheless, Specialist was still fun, probably the best strike package to use in this game, in my opinion, even though Assault was alright, but the kill streaks really lacked. But the final and last negative thing I have listed, which is probably the most important thing, is the lack of support from the developers. And as you guys know, Tina Palacios and Mark Rubin, those guys are like the developers slash community managers for Infinity Ward, for Call of Duty Ghost, and they did such a bad job. Anytime someone had a problem, they would report it on Twitter and they would end up blocking them. So, you know, if you can't take your job seriously, you guys shouldn't be making games like this. And it's their job to take hate and, you know, try to fix the game up so it's enjoyable for us, the consumer. And they did a really bad job this year, so that's my biggest pet peeve for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. But so far, Glenn Schofield and the other guy, I don't remember his name, Michael Condrey, are doing a great job. They're listening to the community even before the games come out. But as you guys know, that's what they did last year as well. But as soon as the game came out, they just went bye-bye. They just disappeared on Twitter and just disappeared off the face of the earth. But we do give them a lot of crap, but it's their job to fix the game for us, so we buy the game and keep the Call of Duty franchise going. But yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Hopefully they don't mess up the game, and hopefully the developers listen to the problems that the community brings up. But yeah, that's basically my list, and now I'm just going to rate the game out of a 10. I'll give this game a 6, and that's just me being generous. At first, the game was really fun to play, but I feel like it died out so quickly. I just got so bored of it, and I didn't want to touch the game ever again. And this is probably the worst Call of Duty experience I ever had in a really long time, since MW3, I believe. So the year of Call of Duty Ghost wasn't really too good for YouTube, and it wasn't really too fun to play as well. As you guys know, my channel really didn't grow that much on Call of Duty Ghost. My channel really thrived on Black Ops 2 gameplay, and that's what I love to post, and I still love playing the game. But I'm hoping Advanced Warfare can hype my channel up, and it's a fun game to play for everybody. So yeah, guys, that's my rundown of Call of Duty Ghost. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys felt about the video, and if you guys disagree, leave your comments. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.